Welcome to 2K Sports. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Nesmith is out there with Halliburton, and it's Mathurin in at the 3 spot. And for the Heat, they've got Wiggins. Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the center. Here on opening day, and what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. On the wing, Jaquez. Adebayo with the screen for Jaquez. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, you got to honor the three-point shot of Jaquez Jr., especially when he's lurking around these corner spots.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That is his first foul of the game.
Halliburton. First personal foul.
Hero against Halliburton. Launches a 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Outside Mathurin. Turner with a screen on Jaquez. Mathurin passes to Turner. No good with the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Now, here's Nesmith. He's covered by Hero. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Adebayo with a screen for Hero. To the paint. Here's Ware. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's Halliburton. Can they get it? And Halliburton slams it in.
On the drive, Halliburton keeps his options open. If the defense doesn't commit, he just takes it to the rim.
Halliburton against Hero. Pass to Ware. Wiggins from outside. The Pacers pull it in.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Nesmith can't get it to go.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. Hero, no good. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Turner finds Siakam. Back to Turner. And Turner throws it down.
Hard to stop Turner in close. As soon as he has prime positioning, he is going for the slam.
Here's Wiggins, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Aaron Nesmith. Instead, it seems like time and again, the Heat uncover those hidden gems, turning unknowns into big contributors.
That's one of the things they do best, Kevin. The list of names like that is long, but look no further than Udonis Haslem, whose jersey they retired last season. Their hard work culture seems to breed those kind of success stories.
Now Wiggins following the three-point attempt by Tyrese Halliburton. The shot by Adebayo, no good. For Indiana, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Siakam, that's good.
What a display of quickness there. If you need to get out and run, Siakam's your guy.
There's Hero with the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hero's got 5 points so far.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Halliburton. He's got 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Mathurin attacking. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pacers foul.
Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Second personal foul. Second team
That's
foul.
good from Hero.
Very versatile player. Hero spaces the floor. He can drive. He can pass. And he's a sneaky good rebounder as well. Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Here's Nesmith. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Pacers. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith, and it's Mathurin in at the 3. Halliburton for 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Nesmith. Connects from three-point range. Nesmith has got his second bucket.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Tipped away. Turner with the steal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Mathurin for 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Adebayo with the screen on Halliburton. Hero, he made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, everyone views Hero as a shooter, but he is also a terrific finisher.
And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero's an outstanding offensive player.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Adebayo high post. Wiggins, that's a screen for Adebayo. Back to Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Pacers leading by 3. Halliburton outside. And finished off by Halliburton.
What a slam by Halliburton, using that agility to make a statement.
They set the pick. Hero kicks to Ware. Back to Hero. The tray. Pacers with the rebound. And here is Nesmith. 5 points in the game. Shoots from the high post. Jaquez with the rebound. The Heat trail by 5. 1:56 left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Ware. Hero against Halliburton. The 3. Now Hero Defense right on him. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. And that'll be his third foul so far.
First team foul.
Halliburton with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. Fades back. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Heat. It's a 5-point game. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And a wide open look for Hero. Knocks down the 3-ball. Hero's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, when Hero gets his offense going, he holds nothing back. He just keeps pouring it on.
Wiggins against Halliburton. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Siakam screen on Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Halliburton. Rebound by the Heat.
And have to love that tenaciousness there by Wiggins. He has all the tools to be a great defender.
Fires from deep. Good on the 3-point shot. Wiggins has got 7 points.
Their D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Halliburton finds Siakam. Turner with it. Outside Mathurin. Screen by Siakam. Mathurin against Adebayo. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Wiggins outside. Here's Webb. He nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Center court. And get ready.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this, fellas.
Are you joking? Could be much better. We had something other than veggies and hummus.
Circling back to our featured game, the Miami Heat find themselves in a pretty even matchup.
The energy in their hometown is electric.
Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Tyler Hero has done in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Kevin Love, Duncan Robinson out there with Alec Burks, and it's Jovic in at power forward. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Count it. Nemard's got his first bucket of the night. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Pass to Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Burks looking around. Here's Jovic. Toppin covering. Now, here's Burks. Tight defense on him. Here's Jovic. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Jovic has got the lead up to 6 now for the Heat. And the Pacers shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That Consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
To the middle, here's Bryant, and the dunk by Bryant.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Outside for Robinson. 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Robinson. And the Heat lead by 6.
He's a talented shooter. Love doesn't avoid the mid-range like others might.
Fires away from way outside. Burks pulls it in.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should have given.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nemo. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the Heat.
Robinson misses. Pacers trail by 6. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Burks for 3. Carries it from three-point range. Burks has got his second bucket tonight.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Pass to Shepard. And that one is good.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Up top, Burks. He's got 5. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Pacers 4th.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Shepard, the pass to Bryant. Toppin with it. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Now just a 2-point Miami lead.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Burks kicks to Love. Outside Robinson. And again, Miami with a triple.
Robinson in the mix, coming right back.
Pacers trail by 5. Nembhard, the pass to Toppin. Back to Nembhard. Pass to Shepard. Toppin sets a screen for Shepard. And here is Toppin. Burks with the steal. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the 4th quarter. Andrew Nembhard is out there with Shepard. Then there's Obi Toppin. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Pascal Siakam comes in for Toppin. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Walker. And Halliburton subbed in for Shepard. Wiggins left side. Pass to Adebayo. And good that time. And the Heat lead by 5.
Yeah, Adebayo's really good at facing up from mid-range. Buries the jumper there.
Siakam against Adebayo. And a wide open look for Siakam. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got rebound number 5 here tonight. On the wing, Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. And it's sent back by Turner.
And I would not test Turner. And Miles has led the NBA in blocks and just has great timing on his jump.
Miami leading by 5. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
They took what the defense gave them tonight, and that was the mid-range. I mean, very consistent from that part of the floor.
Aaron Nesmith has checked in for Andrew Nemo.
He's not short on moves. Halliburton's got a lot of ways to attack off the dribble.
Halliburton against Hero. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
So good at just reading the defense. That time, Halliburton maintains his dribble and gets to where he wants to go.
Hero kicks to Ware. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. Siakam's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Turner throws it down.
Hustle play by Turner in transition, giving his all to be there to finish that fast break.
Here's Hero. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Here's Wiggins. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And being the aggressor there and getting rewarded for it. Love watching Wiggins get inside and draw the call.
He's perfect from the line this time. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right, you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Hero kicks to Ware. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Halliburton for 3. It's good from long range. And now it's just a 4-point Miami lead.
And guys, there's just an air about Halliburton. He has such belief in his abilities, and eventually others start to believe.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Hero way outside. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The shot from the low post is good. And now just a 2-point Heat lead.
And that's about the first defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
Kicks it out to Hero. Sinks the triple. Hero's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, they're right to trust Hero in these moments. He's a very reliable scoring option.
And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And the Heat, another 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Halliburton for 3. Jaquez with the rebound. 7-second difference, shot game clock. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard, at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to... Thank you for that, David. And that'll do it, folks. So, for Greg Anthony...
welcome to... Sunday night NBA action here on... We're excited to be here for opening day tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, BA, absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Grady Dick out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Ingram. Soft touch off the glass.
Anytime Ingram gets a look that close in, it's a great trip down the floor.
Hero against Ingram. Hero with the bucket.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Dick. There's a screen. Drives to the hoop. Counted. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Nice idea by Grady Dick. I mean, he put the ball on the floor, and I think that'll open things up for him.
Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball, Doris.
Yeah, BA, this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
Now here's Dick. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Barrett is screen on Hero. Just 3 to shoot. The shot by Ingram, no good. The Heat have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Pass to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Outside Jaquez. They set the pick. Kicks it to Hero. 4-3. Gets the 3 to fall. Hero's got 8.
Put Hero anywhere on the arc, and he'll shoot it. I mean, he is so confident.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how Coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense, but they've been fun to watch.
Yeah, maybe he's not a high flyer, but Hero still loves to finish with power.
Now here's Dick. He's guarded by Hero. Dick, the pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Heat leading by 4. Hero outside. Pirtle grabs a miss. The Raptors have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Ingram, the pass to Pirtle. Back to Ingram. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
The Raptors have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Here's Barnes, outside for Ingram. Pirtle with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Ingram. Pass to Pirtle. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Hero with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. Here's Ware. Fires from the wing, and the jumper is good. Ware's got 5.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Barnes with a screen on Jaquez. Barrett passes to Barnes. 11 seconds left in the first. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Hero from way outside. Tyler Hero has been on display for Miami. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Heat here?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Grady Dick, and it's Boucher in at the center. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Wow, shake the building with that finish, Scotty Barnes. My goodness.
And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Now here's Hero. They really needed more from him in the loss to Cleveland.
I know they love to see Ingram make big plays on defense, and that's the energy they want from him. And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Boucher a screen on Wiggins, and here's Ingram outside. And Hero grabs the board. Miami leading by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game, right?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Now here's Barnes. 35 points his last game.
Boy, Scotty Barnes, the complete package. Nice interior finish there.
Ingram against Hero. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Heat. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. Miami, 3rd.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Pass to Ware. Lets a 3 fly. And the Heat, another 3.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
It's Barrett on the wing. Jaquez covers. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Hero. Back to Adebayo. And here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Fires from deep. Rebound Toronto. And here's Dick. Outside Barnes. Left side Ingram. Barnes with a screen on Wiggins. Ingram into the lane. And the layup is good off the glass. Ingram's got 6 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Hero against Ingram. Wiggins down low. Here's Hero. And it's Boucher with the rebound.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Dick, the pass to Boucher. Barnes with it. Shot clock at 5.
I love how focused Bam is on the defensive end, using all of his size to create high-pressure coverage.
Hero for 3. That doesn't go either for Hero.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
On the attack, Wiggins. Oh, good D by Boucher.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now here's Barnes. Outside Dick. From deep. The offensive rebound. Back to Barnes.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Toronto shooting their second and third shots at the line here.
Second team foul.
That free throw misses.
Well, of course, Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year in 21-22, guys. And you talk about a well-rounded basketball player who will affect winning with both his offensive ability and his defensive versatility.
Adebayo, a screen on Ingram. Out left to the wing. The shot from 20 feet out. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Adebayo's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
And so it's the thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint. And you know I love that.
Yeah, we know. And looking ahead to... And that's it for halftime.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. How about Tyler Hero displaying all of his skills today?
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. It's just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
You've got Kevin Love. Alec Burks is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Jovic in at power forward. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. And the basket by Highsmith.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stores.
Well, think about it, B.A. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Outside Burks. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Raptors trail by 7. Quickly, passes to Boucher. Stolen by Burks. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
First personal foul. First team
Free throw good, Robinson. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away. And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Now here's Burks. Yet to see a basket. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Burks is a lethal 3-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
On the wing quickly. Defended by Burks. Inside, Walter. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Burks for 3. Rebound, Toronto.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. He's showing us the handles a little bit right there. All the way to the rack.
And with the statement finish, too. Don't know how you stop that, man. Burks against quickly. Burks goes in, and down it goes. 2 points. Burks has got 5 now.
Well, terrific quickness. The burst of Alec Burks looking strong inside.
Here's Mobo. Here's Abaji. Boom! He jams it straight down.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Burks against quickly. Burks passes to Robinson. Pass to Jovic. From downtown. Nails it from 3. Jovic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the middle. Here's quickly. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Here's Highsmith. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Outside Burks. Love a screen on quickly. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Burks has got 7 points here in the quarter.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Here's quickly. Outside for Boucher. Banked it in off the glass.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Heat leading by 6. Outside Burks. Pass to Jovic. Mobo with a rebound. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Heat foul. Haywood Highsmith. First personal foul. First team foul.
The 3 from quickly. Love grabs the miss. The Heat have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Here's Jovic. Oh, sweet move. And the layup is up and in. Jovic has got 5 points.
Well, Burke showing he's more than just a scorer. Terrific pass to his teammate.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside for Boucher. And finished off by Boucher.
He's got a nose for the basketball and a high level of activity around the rim. Go ahead and finish, Mr. Boucher.
Here's Jovic. Up in time. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Miami Heat leading by 6. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this. Couldn't place place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Brandon Ingram out there with Dick, and it's Barrett in at the 3, the small forward. Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Toronto making a switch here. Abaji's checked in. Now here's Barnes. The rebound by Ware. Heat leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
And here's Ingram from the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now Wiggins. Down low. And stolen by Barrett. And here's the fast break. Toronto the rebound. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's foul number 2 for him. And so here is Toronto. 9-point game. And Pirtle, here we go. Kicks it out to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Pirtle with a screen on Jaquez. Second chance shot. And it's going to be a goaltending call here. So they will count the bucket.
We've seen this time and again. R.J. Barrett will not be deterred by a little contact.
Miami shooting about 56% in this one. And there's a pick. Has to Ware. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Lets it go. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Now here's Ingram. Barrett is screen on Wiggins. And he makes it on the layup.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Outside Jaquez. The 3 is up. And Wiggins gets it to go. The assist from Jaquez.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Abaji. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. There's a screen. Here's Hero. He takes it in.
Yeah, and this is why Hero was a lottery pick back in 2019, because of how incredible of a scorer he can be.
Here's Abaji. He's guarded by Hero. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Abaji. 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, I know he doesn't have to get too high to slam it home, but it doesn't take away from the force and the message sent on the dunk.
Now Adebayo puts it up from 17, and there's another one for the Heat.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
And here's Ingram outside, and again, Toronto with a triple.
Developing a more compact motion on his shot has improved Ingram's consistency from range.
Toronto foul. Ochai Abaji. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Here's Hero. Pirtle grabs a miss.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Ingram into the lane. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
And this guy is just a gamer. Ingram doesn't feel pressure. He embraces the moment, taking and making important shots. So often we see guys fail to box out now, but he did a great job right there.
Pass to Barnes. Goes back up. Pirtle with the ball. Inside. Here's Abaji. Rebound Miami. They've led by as much as 10. Barrett finds Ingram. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch. Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
They can't go empty on any of their possessions from here on out.
And no time to waste, not at this point in the game.
Oh my! What a shot!
Late here in the quarter, they still have a foul to give.
Itaquez on the wing. Can't knock in the three.
I know he wants to answer the three that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And so he drops them both, and it's a three-point game.
Couldn't have asked for anything better there. Only a 3 can tie it now.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
No choice but to go for the 3. Maybe set up a screen to carve out some space and get a clean look.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce.
great. In game one of the NBA season, how does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Brandon Ingram's out there with Dick, and it's Pirtle in at the center. Dick, that's good.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Halliburton looking around. Outside Turner. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Raptors. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
The Pacers making a switch here. Walker's checked in. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Now, here's Neesmith. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Barnes against Siakam. A drive by Barnes. Pass to Pirtle. Out to Barrett. Clock at 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Aaron Neesmith.
Well, so good at keeping the defense off balance at his size. Barrett pretty good with the ball in his hands.
R.J. Barrett has established himself as a guy who can play a lot of different roles. Brent, a very versatile player.
A versatile player, Kevin, for sure, and the scoring has been there, but I don't think that's what you rely on with R.J. Barrett. You want him to be a complementary player that plays in different positions on the floor to put the defense at a disadvantage. He's that skilled, and he has that ability to grow that way.
And here is Ingram. After Tyrese Halliburton was able to get the triple. Barrett finds Dick. Back to Barrett. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Barrett with a nice touch down there as the lefty was able to negotiate the little room that he had.
On the wing, Walker. Dick defending. Back to Neesmith. Walker a screen on Ingram. Neesmith can't get it to go. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Spurs. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And that's the way it should be. Ingram aggressive to the rack.
Here's Halliburton. Scoring his 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Dick wide open. A 3-pointer is right on target. Dick's got 5 now.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Now, here's Siakam. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
A
for him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Barrett with this screen on Walker. Ingram attacking. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, the length of Ingram on display, outstanding at finding a lane, and then he explodes through it.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Halliburton for three.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
That doesn't go either for Halliburton. Barnes against Siakam. Puts up a deep three. Dick can't get it to go. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Pacers. It's a 5-point game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And so Walker nails both of them. Toronto leading by 3. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Ingram kicks to Pirtle. Pass to Dick. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
That one good for 2. And it's 9 points for Tyrese Halliburton.
Standing 6'5", Halliburton, one of those longer, lanky guards that can get out there and use his size to disrupt.
Here's Barrett. Out to Ingram. Dick passes to Barrett. Back to Dick. Over Halliburton. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Toronto ahead. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Brady Dick is out there with Ingram, and it's Barrett at the 3 spot.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Left side, Barrett. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It feels like every season, Brett, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. That's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Halliburton.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 6. And the foul on Jarris Walker. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Dick. Pass to Pirtle. Ingram outside. Shot clock at 5. Back to Pirtle. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. For Jakob Pirtle, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say, Brent, they did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
Now Barrett following the three-point attempt by Tyrese Halliburton. Barrett against Halliburton. Now, here's Barrett. Tee right on him. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Barrett's got 8 points.
Using some muscle there on the finish. I like seeing Barrett be active inside.
Screen by Siakam. Shoots. Neesmith can't get it to go.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Ingram finds Dick. The kick out to Barnes. Ingram setting a pick for Barnes. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Now, here's Neesmith. Right side to Walker. Oh!
For his size, Walker had great burst off the bounce.
Ingram with it. Now guarded by Siakam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now, here is Halliburton. A 14-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. No good on the shot.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the foul on Miles Turner. That's foul number 2 for him.
Third team foul.
So it's Toronto now. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Barnes finds Pirtle. Dick with it. Halliburton with the steal.
That's a bad turnover right there. But aside from that one, I think they've done a good job controlling the pace and the ball during the game.
Toronto leading by 5. On the wing, Barnes. He's covered by Halliburton. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. 41 seconds left in the second quarter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
The Raptors making a switch here. Castleton's checked in. Now here's Barnes. 35 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dick sets a screen for Barrett. Out to Ingram. 6 to shoot. Bucket is good. Ingram's got the lead up to 5 now for the Raptors.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Turner's got himself on the board with 3 there. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 2. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Thanks for joining us, Brandon Ingram.
His selections is touch phenomenal. It's the kind of shooting night some people dream about, except for me.
And guys, let's take a moment. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to...
And we we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Toppin is out there with Thomas Bryant. Then there's Andrew Nemo. Then it's Walker, and it's Shepard in at the point. That's the Pacers 5. Here's Shepard, quickly covering. Toppin sets a screen for Shepard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for the Pacers. That free throw good from Shepard. Raptors with the lead. Here's Quickly. And the layup falls.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Shepard, quickly covering. Shepard, the pass to Mathurin. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Raptors leading by 3. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the shot's good from Boucher. And now a 5-point Toronto lead.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
90 seconds now into the second half. Nemhard with it. No scoring in this one. But Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense. Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Here's Mobo. Banked in off the glass. Mobo's got his first basket of the night.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
They recover it. And here is Toppin. Shot to stop the run. And then Toppin with the jam.
And Toppin getting a little bit fancy with the throwdown that time.
Poked away. It's stolen by Shepard. By himself. And finished off by Shepard.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Here's Quickly. The Pacers making the shot. Inside, here's Abaji. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Bryant. Still without a basket. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Quickly. Here's Abaji. Defended by Mathurin. Boucher the screen. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good, Abaji. Abaji's got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Nemo. And it goes down 2 points. Nemard's got his first points of the game.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
50 seconds left to play in the third. And it's Quickly missing. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
To the wing right side. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. And Bryant is right there. And now just a 5-point Raptor lead.
And Bryant being down there and around the rebound area, it's where he has to stay active with his hands.
23 seconds left to play in the third. Abaji, the pass to Boucher. And the dunk by Boucher.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
There's the three. And it's Shepard missing. And here's the fast break. Here's Mobo. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And you have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
2 on the clock. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside. And while we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Brandon Ingram's out there with Dick. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
And I feel like there's been an old school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Turner finds Siakam. Over Barnes. Siakam's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Out to Ingram. Shot clock at 6. There aren't too many players with the skill set as diverse as Brandon Ingram.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. This guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive.
Halliburton's checked in for Shepard. Mathurin against Ingram. It's up a 3. And it's Mathurin missing. Raptors leading by 11. Outside, Barrett from downtown hits the 3-point bomb.
Well, finding some room there on the perimeter, the lefty R.J. Barrett knocks it down.
Halliburton outside. Will it go? Gets to the hoop.
And your point guards have got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Here's Ingram. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Aaron Neesmith.
Well, Ingram has the length, but he's so slithery at that size. Tough to guard, gets contact.
Both free throws, good for Ingram. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Pass to Barnes. Back to Ingram. And slammed up by Ingram.
Right now, Brandon Ingram is just taking command of the entire game.
Halliburton against Barrett. Misses the 3. Toronto leading by 16. Here's Dick. No good from outside.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
It's stolen by Barrett. Ingram deciding where to go with it. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
Ingram passes to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad. Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Barnes screen on Mathurin. And Barrett gets it to go. And the Raptors lead by 20.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Brandon Ingram.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Fouled on the shot, picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up. And sends Brandon Ingram to the free throw line. It goes on Aaron Nesmith, and that one misses.
I think Brandon Ingram, not only a great story in his own right, starting to find out just how capable he is as a talent in this league, but also for executives about being patient and letting that talent develop.
Now, Dick. Out to Ingram. For 3, Barrett. No good. Here's Indiana. They trail by 18. Here's Mathurin. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Wiggins is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the 5, down low. And for the Pacers, Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Aaron Nesmith is out there with Halliburton. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. Still very early, Clark, but some teams off to a blistering start.
Well, my motto, Brian, is that you can enjoy it and should while it lasts. Everybody's going to hit some air pockets and turbulence at some point. It's how you navigate that that determines the outcome of your season.
Halliburton misses. Hero with it, and Walker picks him up defensively. Jaquez no good. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense, hand in the face, crowd him, anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Hero. He did not look good in their loss to the Cavaliers the other night. Wiggins outside. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Where? Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
What a job Wiggins has done with his passing skills. Significantly improved over the years.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Here's Turner. Kicks it out to Siakam. They get the rebound. And then Turner with the dunk.
It's all about the ticker for Turner. Big heart, a real juggernaut on the boards who uses those long arms exceedingly well to get second chance opportunity.
Here's Ware. They set a pick. Back to Wiggins. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Finishing with authority. You like to see Wiggins playing with that kind of attitude and edge.
And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Now here's Nesmith. Last game for him, he picked up 10.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Wiggins against Halliburton. Pass to Ware. Jaquez up top. Kicks it to Hero. Beyond the arc. Hits a three-pointer.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
2 minutes remaining.
Halliburton surveys the floor. There's a minute 54 left in the first quarter. And he converts the layup. Halliburton's got 5 now.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Hero. Driving inside. Pass to Ware. It's stolen by Halliburton. And they're on the break. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
Halliburton really dangerous now when he gets out in the open court. That's how you finish the break in transition.
And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
It's stolen away.
A sloppy pass. Have to be more precise than that.
And Nesmith gets it to go.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Here's the pick. On the attack, Hero. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 5.
Yeah, busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Turner, a screen on Wiggins. 3-pointer, Halliburton. The rebound by Ware. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami, trailing by 2. Wiggins against Halliburton. Indiana with a rebound.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
To the wing on the left. Siakam in the post. Jaquez covers. Left block shot on the way. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Wiggins outside. One second left. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for.
It's a tie game in Indiana. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on Indiana so far?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
On the court for Miami here in the second. We've got Jaime Jaquez. Tyler Hero is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at center, filling out the middle.
Yeah, maybe he's not a high flyer, but Hero still loves to finish with power.
And the Pacers shooting the rock well at 46%. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Here's Hero. Has to Ware. Three-pointer. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Wiggins against Halliburton. There's a screen by Turner. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Adebayo, a screen on Halliburton. Hero with it. Siakam covering. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
Turner inside. Siakam outside. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Siakam's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hero against Halliburton. Has to Ware. Hero right side. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Siakam with a screen on Wiggins. Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. Inside from Halliburton.
Guys, I'll tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Has to Ware. Fires the 3. Indiana with a rebound. The Heat beat them last time when those two met in Miami.
And last time against this squad, they struggled to make free throws.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, think about it. They didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Turner for 3. Adebayo grabs the board.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Hero with it. Halliburton picks him up. Here's Adebayo. No good. Great D that time from Halliburton.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Halliburton against Hero. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Hero's got 12. Indiana leading by 3. Halliburton drives, and the dunk by Halliburton.
Halliburton, such a special player, and his rush hour handles round out his game.
Hero for three. No good on that one. He's 5 for 8.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Halliburton against Jaquez. Halliburton outside. Siakam with a screen on Jaquez. 5 to shoot. Halliburton for 3. The rebound by Ware.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Adebayo, a screen on Halliburton. And the shot goes. Wiggins has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Hero. And the finish on the break with the slam.
Your Hero is a one-man show. Stole it away and took it himself.
And Neesmith, here we go. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to review the game plan.
That's amazing. Thanks, everybody.
Here's Hero. He's got 14. Adebayo, a screen on Turner. Here's Ware. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for the Pacers. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
You know what I was just thinking about, fellas? The NBA has lots of bright lights, maybe too bright for some. And now looking at the Pacers in this one, no separation to be found from either side.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this.
Thanks for tuning in.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Thomas Bryant out there with Obi Toppin. And it's Shepard in at the 1. That's the group for Rick Carlisle, getting going here in the second half. Pass to Toppin, just 5 to shoot. With the floater, rebounded by Jovic. Miami trailing. Outside Robinson. And there's the screen. And a big finish by Robinson. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Nembhard. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys. Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul. First team foul.
All right, now that we have a break, let's take a look at which teams capitalized from the line last season. 5th, the Heat.
I thought their coach really did a fantastic job of getting all of the guys on the team to realize the importance of free throws. You know, last year where they were great, excellent from the line. This year, they're hoping to do even better.
Well, Clark, talking about Benedict Mathurin, he's another great young Canadian player.
Yeah, they've got a ton of them coming from north of the border, PA. I mean, Mathurin, you got R.J. Barrett, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, at this point, you could probably fill a couple of rosters with high-level players that come from Canada.
Pass to Nembhard. Drops in the layup for 2. Nembhard's gotten his second bucket.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Burks, and he goes in for the dunk.
And clearly not enough defensive presence there.
Boy, he just took advantage and a ferocious jam.
And guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out, he can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Launches a three. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
A nice shot by Toppin.
That's where Toppin does most of his damage, and he's incredibly efficient down there.
Outside Burks. On the take. Pass to Jovic. Shoots it from the high post. And Miami again with the bucket.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Nembhard outside. Toppin with it. And it's Robinson picking him up. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Getting elevated is something Toppin has no problem with. Give him airspace at your own peril.
Pass to Highsmith. Here's Jovic. Oh, he powers right to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Thomas Bryant. Miami shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Pacers trail by 4. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
Burks passes to Jovic. Back to Burks. Pass to Jovic from deep. It's rebounded by Indiana. Here's Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Climbing the ladder for the 360 flush. Ridiculous bounce.
He went so high for that one. Wow.
And that's what it takes, guys. Athleticism, coordination, and a bunch of confidence and fearlessness.
Pass to Robinson. The shot. And Toppin pulls it down.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
The shot by Nembhard, no good. For Miami, they've gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them to lead.
And what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
And Burks with the basket on the assist from Adebayo. Burks has got 11 here in the quarter alone. And here's Toppin from the arc. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Miami. And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra rallying.
It's got to be a sense of urgency right now.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. They've got Bam Adebayo. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Jaime Jaquez, and it's Ware in at the center position.
Halliburton in his bag for sure right now, showing you everything he's got, including the soft touch.
And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Pacers on D. They lead by 1. Here's Hero. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Then put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
A good look from Siakam. Rebound Miami.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Hero on the wing. Nesmith covering. The three is up. And Hero with the three. Now it's a 4-point Heat lead.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Cutting into this lead, they're well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Outside Jaquez. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Siakam outside. There's Nesmith with the three. Drills it from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware. Jaquez with it. They set a pick. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ware. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. And the Heat lead by 4.
And, you know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Walker sets a screen. Here's Halliburton. Pass to Walker. Tipped. And that'll be Indiana's ball as it goes out of bounds. Pacers able to keep the possession. Just 4 to shoot. 20 feet out.
You know, getting up into the shooter is Wiggins. I mean, has all the natural tools and skills, I think, to be one of the best defenders in the league.
Pass to Ware. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Heat.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of the young guys.
They get it again. Outside Nesmith.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Siakam against Adebayo. The 3 ball. Rebound Miami. There's a minute 47 left in the game. Wiggins from long range. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 5 rebounds in the game. Screen on Hero. The Pacers again can't hit.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Jaquez against Walker. This one for 3. Knocked away. From outside the arc. The rebound by Wiggins. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Heat. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th. Shakes him, driving to the basket. Jams it in off a great move.
What a play from Wiggins. Fantastic in out-picking the defense off the dribble. Bang!
Halliburton misses. And here are the Heat. They're on a 14-5 run. Adebayo sets a screen. Hero. Oh, and a fast break for the Pacers. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Nesmith. And he lays it up and in. Now here's Jaquez. Fires from way outside. Off the mark. And so Miami takes the win. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Gundy and Greg Anthony. So the opening lineup for the Heat, they got Andrew Wiggins. And Adebayo is up there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5, home in the paint. And for the Raptors, Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Abaji in a point. Ingram with the steal. It's deflected. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Up top, Hero. Boy, he just disappeared against Cleveland. They needed him. Here's Ware. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
They get a hand on it. The drive by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
The defense could not keep up with Barnes on that drive. He just took it right to him.
Here's Hero. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Well, getting a good offensive player a high percentage look, there's nothing better than that.
Pass to Abaji. It's hauled in by the Heat. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. On three-pointer, Wiggins. And Pirtle pulls it down. Raptors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Barnes passes to Abaji. And as a coach, Stan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. Ingram deciding where to go with it. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat with the lead. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Back to Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the cold streak. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Traps in the tray.
Well, clearly Adebayo's feeling very confident firing out there from the perimeter.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Barrett. Great D that time from Adebayo.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Takes a 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Adebayo Being aggressive there, quick release on the catch and shoot.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Ingram against Hero. And slams up by Ingram.
And I like that. Ingram using his length inside.
Outside, Hero.
Raptors foul. Ochai Agbaji. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And a wide open look for Hero. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hero. And so it's the Miami Heat with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Then there's Purdy. Then it's Ingram. And it's Agbaji in at the 1. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
Oh, my. So much force in Bam's game right there.
It's stolen by Adebayo. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Toronto on defense. 8-point game. Hero with it. Now guarded by Purdy. Here's Ware. Nice move. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Adebayo against Barnes. Knocked loose. It's Ingram on the wing. Barnes screen on Hawkins. Clock at 6. Ingram attacking. And slammed up by Ingram.
Well, look, you need to get up on Ingram, but then he has the quickness to put it on the floor and get all the way to the rim.
So with Brandon Ingram's height and his shooting ability, Stan, he can get about any shot he wants, can he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people. And he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
That's his first player to watch. First team foul.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Agbaji. He's covered by Hero. Agbaji, the pass to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ingram.
Yeah, that's great defense by Adebayo, making it tough on his opponent.
And it's Ingram missing. Wiggins in the post. Still scoreless. Ware passes to Wiggins. "16 feet away, and they force the shot clock violation." Great D. Raptors trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ingram against Hero. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Tyler Hero picks one up.
Well, scorers like Ingram find a way to draw those fouls.
Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Barnes down low, covered by Wiggins. Ingram outside. A 3-ball. And no good that time.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Jaquez. Yep, that one goes. And it's an 8-point Heat lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Out to Barrett. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 1:26 left in the first half. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Well, he brings the heat. Hero giving the people what they came to see.
Barnes up top. He's guarded by Adebayo. Yep, that one goes in there.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
That's tipped. One-on-one fast break. There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
This kid has pops. Barnes gets airborne there and slams it down.
Finishes the break with a slam.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Thank you.
Hero passes to Wade. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Hero keeping the defense guessing.
Miami shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line. So those numbers are always going to be positive.
And slammed up by Ingram.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ware. He's got 6. Off target at the rim. For 3, Barrett. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Heat out front. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Do you guys agree in a game like this, typically you go out to your superstars and say, get it done?
Yep, and we did that.
Moving right along now to the Miami Heat, they find themselves in a close contest at the half.
Once they gain position underneath,
that is more than enough of a...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And you look at Adebayo, what a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him.
That is a great finish!
Oh, my.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Robinson for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Robinson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Bono shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Here's Dick. Burks covering. Dick with it. Going inside. And the dunk by Dick.
Yeah, that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
Here's Burks. Out to the wing. Good ball movement here by Miami. Off target from outside. The Raptors have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Dick. And they pick up 2. Dick's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
Here's Burks. Yes! And the foul. It's going to go on Grady Dick.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Tito Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guys. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
There's a good screen. Here's Burks, just 5 on the clock. Here's Jovic. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Mobo gets the basket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now, here is Robinson. Defense is right there. Burks on the wing. Dick defending. 5 to shoot. Pass to Jovic. Shoots over Dick. Jovic, no good. Toronto leading by 5. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Down low. Here's Mobo. He shoots again. They shoot again. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Heisman. Scoreless thus far. That one falls. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Dick. Burks covering. Here's the floater. Here's Walter. Boucher with a screen on Robinson. Clock at 4. Here's Walter. Pass to Boucher. Dick with it. Second chance shot. Love grabs the board. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Heat. Love with the screen for Burks. Kicks it out to Love. Here's Heisman. Pass to Jovic. For the tie. Highsmith's shot is off. And the foul on Alec Burks. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Dick. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Grady Dick is out there with Walter. Then there's Chris Boucher, and it's battle in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group, screened by Pirtle. Here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
Going for a dunk, Ingram uses that physicality, clearing the defense out of his way.
Outside, Hero. There's the pick. Wiggins outside. 6 on the shot clock. Has to wear. Over Pirtle. The Heat rebound. Adebayo. Adebayo the screen. Hero kicks to Adebayo. No problems knocking that one down.
That's a nice looking jumper from Bam there, showing how dangerous he can be.
Now Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intention.
Outside, Hero. Driving inside. And that one is hammered home.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, puts so much pressure on the defense.
Here's Abaji. He's covered by Hero. And here's Ingram from the arc.
Raptors foul. Ochai Abaji. That's his third personal foul.
Miami trailer. Outside, Hero. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Kicks it out to Wiggins. There's the screen. Has to wear to take the lead. It's good from long range. And the Heat lead by 2.
Wiggins watches the floor and sees a guy with a better look.
Abaji, the pass to Barrett. It's Ingram on the wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
Such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Pirtle with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 3-point Toronto lead. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
Chris Boucher's checked in for Jakob Pirtle. Marquez with the ball. Headed now by Barnes. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Raptors leading by 3. Ingram wide open. Oh, they get it back. Out to Barrett. Second shot opportunity. Here's Barnes. Lays it up and banks it in.
Coming up with the goods there. Barnes showing he can deliver.
They set the pick. Hero finds Jaquez. Looking to end the run. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
We saw the play develop, got out in front of the defense, and Barnes there finishes on the break.
Has to wear. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And again, it's the Heat missing. Now here's Ingram. Fires from deep. And the 3 ball is good. Ingram's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And Ingram has got the ball here for the Raptors. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Fires from way outside. Miami grabs the miss. And so Toronto takes this, but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was On paper, this game is something of a mismatch, Doris.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players. That underdog can be a real dog.
So a look at the starters for the Pacers. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And here's Ingram from the arc. Oh, nice D from Walker. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Pacers. And the foul called on R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul.
The ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
And here's Indiana now. Three-pointer, Halliburton. They grab their own miss. Walker. There's Nesmith with the 3. Sinks it from distance.
I mean, just so alert with his head on a swivel. Walker able to find the open man.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Outside Dick. 5 on the clock. Oh, nice D from Nesmith.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Siakam the screen. Halliburton goes. Rebound by the Raptors. The Pacers beat them last time when these two met at Indianapolis.
This time around, they're looking for better execution offensively. They have to avoid mistakes.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
And how about Scotty Barnes, Doris? Named an All-Star during his 3rd season in 2024.
And in fact, the 3rd youngest All-Star that year. Listen, he has upgraded his playmaking. He's still getting better, and I think that's the scary part for the rest of the league.
Floats one up. Oh, and Turner with a block.
How about the reads of Miles Turner? He covers so much ground to come up with these blocks.
Nesmith passes to Walker. For 3. It's rebounded by Dick. For Toronto, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Outside Ingram. Left side Barnes. Barrett, a screen on Turner. The 3 from Barnes. Kicks it out to Barrett. Outside Barnes. Tries again. And the layup is good.
We know Scotty Barnes will embrace the physicality. That score is about concentration.
Barrett against Halliburton. With the drive. And the layup is good off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Wow. Barnes straight down the lane for the jam.
Let's send it out to Allie LaForce, who caught up with head coach Darko Rajakovic. Allie?
He said one person we cannot overlook is Tyrese Halliburton. He said the guy has major impact on the game, even when he's not scoring, which he usually is. He sets the tempo for the team. He can defend, rebound, pass the ball. Kid's got it all, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Ingram against Walker. Ingram with a screen on Siakam. Lets a floater go. And the layup good by Barnes. Barnes has gotten his 3rd basket of the night. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They trail by 1. Pass to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. Three-pointer. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Well, it's been early in his career, but Tyrese Halliburton has proven to be extremely dangerous from range.
Walker against Ingram. Outside Dick. Going inside to the middle. Turtle with the bucket.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Siakam the screen. Here's Nesmith. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Pass to Dick. Soft touch off the glass.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Good if it goes. No good on the buzzer beater. It's all tied in Toronto. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead of the second quarter. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Grady Dick, and it's Pirtle in at the 5, down low. That's the group for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. Halliburton, the pass to Turner. His first shot coming late, and it's Indiana scoring again.
You can see when a guy is comfortable in particular areas of the floor, and Miles Turner, terrific form, great confidence, really nice.
One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court, they make defenses work.
You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Outside Ingram. Outside Dick. Ingram with a screen on Halliburton. Dick, the pass to Ingram. On target from range. Ingram's got 5 now.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Caught off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Right wing, Turner for 3. Good, and it's Walker who picks up the assist.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Oh, the athleticism of Ingram. Exceptional at skying up for slams.
Pass to Nesmith. Over Ingram. And they get it back. Siakam against Barnes. Clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And here's Siakam for 3 with the tip. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Turner's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, there's a level of commitment that Miles Turner is showing on the glass right now. Goes hard to get rebounds and get an opportunity for the putback.
Dick, the pass to Pirtle. And Turner with the block. Oh, and the fast break for the Pacers. And Nesmith gets it to go. He's got 9.
Well, Tyrese Halliburton has demonstrated terrific improvement running the offense, especially with how he moves the basketball.
On the wing, Grady Dick. Barnes with a screen on Halliburton. Here's Dick. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts. Early in the season like this, it's interesting to see the improvement and new skills players have picked up over the offseason doors.
BA, it really is, because yes, do the players take a brief respite unequivocally? You've got to get your body right and get your mind back and rejuvenated. But the fact is, for most NBA players, this is a 365-day commitment. They are working on shooting, conditioning, skill development. There is very little time off for these guys.
Hurdle with a screen on Siakam. Here's Barnes. Rejected by Siakam.
Well, there you see the wingspan of Pascal Siakam. Send it back.
Outside Neesmith. Walker, a screen on Barrett. Here's Neesmith. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Dick. To the inside. Here's Ingram. Shoots over Halliburton. The shot by Ingram, no good. For Indiana, they've gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Turner inside, covered by Ingram. Turner, no good. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for Toronto. Outside Dick. Back to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Halliburton for 3. And Indiana misses again. Barnes with it. 35 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Toronto out in front, up 4. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Hello there, everybody. It's halftime, and right now...
A lack of execution defensively? We all know defense is boring, but you don't get far without it.
And now let's take a glimpse at some of the games on the upcoming... Thanks for tuning in. Now...
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Scotty Barnes with a strong contribution so far in this one.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Moby Toppin out there with Thomas Bryant. And it's Shepard in at the point guard position.
What a snappy pass from Quickly, straight to the open teammate.
Pass to Bryant. Outside Mathurin, 18 feet out. Walter pulls it in. Raptors lead by 6. And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Here's Shepard, guarded by Quickly. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Shepard. Here's Bryant, and that one's good. A nice job on the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
Absolutely love the energy that Thomas Bryant brings nightly. He earns his rebounds.
Here's Quickly. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
His first personal foul.
Well, Emmanuel quickly is a combo guard who impacts both sides of the ball, Doris.
There's no question about it. He's a floor spacer. He can create for himself or his teammates. And defensively, longer than you think and very mobile. An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
And certain guys are just solid with what they do. Doris, I think that applies to Andrew Nemo.
Yeah, I think it does, B.A., because whenever he's out there, there's this steady presence he brings. And that is while competing at a high level on the defensive end. His competitive toughness might be his best attribute.
And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. Number 1, the Pacers.
It was a joy to watch these guys play. Constant ball movement and player movement. Defenses were worn out by the end of games.
And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul of the game.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Boucher down low. He's against Bryant. And the basket by Boucher. Boucher's got his first 2 points.
Wow, Chris Boucher using that length to finish on the interior. Nice shot.
Outside Matherin. And here's Bryant outside. Bobo with the rebound.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Walter. Still no points. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Mobo. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Raptors lead by 9.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Abaji pass to Quickly. Shoots over Shepard. And it's Quickly with a miss.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
On the wing, Matherin. Oh, swiped away. Here comes Toronto on the push. And that one's good.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, we want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams.
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Allie. Quickly outside. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes. Quickly's gotten 4 this quarter.
That's about activity, determination, Quickly finishing strong.
Here's Shepard, guarded by Quickly. And here's Toppin from the arc. Knocks down the long J.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Now here's Quickly, tightly guarded. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Walter to the middle. Here's Mobo. And Toppin pulls it down. It's picked off. 3 on 3. The 3 from Quickly. They get the rebound. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Shot clock at 6. Takes it inside. Outside for Boucher. Nails it from beyond the arc. Boucher's got 5 now.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And so it's Toronto. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the into the quarter, and it's mostly due to their superb shooting. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Grady Dick out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Barrett in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Outside for Ingram. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pacers. A new lineup here for Indiana. Pacers trail by 9. It's stolen by Ingram. To the paint. Here's Barrett. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Wow, the hammer by R.J. Barrett. How about that athleticism?
Now here's Ingram. And he drives in. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Halliburton with the ball. He's picked up by Barnes. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. That's going to send Tyrese Halliburton to the line. That one on Barnes.
I think if you're talking Tyrese Halliburton, the thing that stands out is the wealth of things he can do on the offensive end. He can shoot the ball with range. He's got unbelievable handle. He can create. He can drive it. He can also set up his guys. A lot to like.
Halliburton on the wing. Guarded by Barrett. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton is putting in work right now. This guy getting to his spots and scoring with ease.
Dick, the pass to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. Down low. Deflects the pass. Oh, stolen by Turner. And the jam by Walker.
Go up and get it, young man. Walker's terrifying when he's attacking the rim.
Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. Halliburton for 3. Inside. Here's Walker. And the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man, Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
And the ball out of play. The Pacers will have it. Pacers trail by 10. Halliburton outside. Pulls it out to the wing. Turner for 3. Rebounded by Ingram. The Raptors have gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. And it's Dick off the drive. And a two-handed jam!
Nice idea by Grady Dick. I mean, he put the ball on the floor, and I think that'll open things up for him.
Three-pointer, Halliburton. It's rebounded by Dick. Dick's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Ingram. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Fires in the triple. Ingram's got 9 points now in the second half.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Raptors.
And it seemed like steals ended up making the difference in this game.
No question. Their ability to force mistakes and turn them into points gave them an upper hand tonight.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And for the year, this will be the third win in 4 games against this team. They really brought it tonight.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Scotty Barnes.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Really left him alone that time. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
And here's Ingram outside, sinks the tray.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
3.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the fourth. Now Ingram has to dig. So, no problem for Toronto as they get the win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.